I.S.U.P.K Houston, Monday class, history class. Officer 5000 hold it down for Tazarak today. He'll be back next week, Lord willing. All right. Any questions in the class? Any questions in the class?
Might check, select, Khan. I got a question, so let me get to it. Can I get a breakdown on Ecclesiastes 12, verse 6?
Shalom, okay? Yeah, come shoot. Huh? All right, go ahead.
Can I get a breakdown on Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 6?
Mm-hmm. You got it.
Is Ecclesiastes 12, verse 6. Or ever the silver cord be loosed, or the golden bowl be broken.
Start up 2 verses above that.
Verse 4. And the door be shut in the streets.
What about that?
Verse 3. And the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the window be darkened.
So the day when the keeper of the house shall tremble, the strong men shall bow themselves, right? And the grinders cease because they are few. So this is a day of calamity. This is a day when, you know what I mean, people that's running the house are not running the house no more. The strong men aren't strong anymore. But
and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the window be darkened.
But
and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low.
But
and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Verse 5. Also when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. Or ever the silver cord be loosed, or the golden bowl be broken, or the golden bowl be broken, or the pitcher be broken at the fountain, or the wheel broken at the cistern. Verse 7, verse 7, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it.
Yeah, like that's when you lose the, okay, this is telling you to, when it gets dark, when it gets as dark as it can get, make sure you keep the Lord first, right? When that day comes, your spirit is going to go, the Lord's spirit is going to return to you, right? When you keep the Lord in your mind. When you keep the truth in your mind, then you can come back to life. But the days before those days is going to be dark days. Even like today, we here in America, and we living in this time right now, right? It's hell. And sometimes when we in hell, we wonder, why are we in hell? Which is the topic that we're gonna go into today. We wonder why are we so messed up? Why we can't get right? Why are the bowls breaking, and you know what I'm saying, everything's loose, and the strong men are bonded, and you know, the grinders aren't grinding, and the music isn't playing. You see what I'm saying? Like, why do we gotta work every day? Why do we gotta deal with the pain of every day? When you keep the truth in your mind, when we keep the truth in our mind, then we can find those answers. And that'll be the day when we receive the spirit of heaven. The kingdom of heaven, through the spirit of Christ, right? But you gotta receive the spirit first. In order to get the kingdom of heaven, it first gotta be in you. And then you gotta get that spirit to another brother. You dig what I'm saying? So when it's hell, when it's heavy as it could get, you gotta remember that you are the key to the kingdom of heaven for the next brother. You dig what I'm saying? Read one more time, read number 6.
Ecclesiastes 12, verse 6. Or ever the silver cord be loosed, or the golden bowl be broken.
And mind you, this is Ecclesiastes, so this is David. It's like it's Solomon, you know what I'm saying, giving it's wise saying, you know what I'm saying? It's like a Proverbs. It's telling us how to keep our spirit strong. That's what Solomon is doing. How do you get through the tough times? How do you deal with the pain? How do you deal with the struggle? Solomon is giving us the key, right? And for us to understand Ecclesiastes or the Proverbs, I'm saying you got to come to the men that's able to break it down. But really at the end of it, that's why he says later on, at the end of it, just fear the Lord, keep the commandments. At the end of it, that's really all, that's the whole matter. Read the last verse of the last chapter.
Ecclesiastes 12, verse 14.
Verse 13.
Oh, so like verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
What?
Fear God and keep his commandments.
That's really what he was saying in a nutshell. But he's being poetic about it. At the end of the day, just fear the Lord, keep the commandments, man. Because Solomon tried to do it all. He didn't damn near ran through every woman on that side of earth. You dig what I'm saying? Like he did trade with every king, the queen. You know what I'm saying? He did a lot. But at the end of the day, what he found, just keep the truth in your mind. Just do the work. Just be a solid brother and dedicate your life to the Most High. We're gonna get into the topic, Revelations 4 and 11. Any more questions though?
Sir.
All right, what you got?
It's in the Epistle of James.
You said James?
So like I ain't have it highlighted. We can just go back to it whenever we ask again.
Oh, yeah, find it. Yeah. You got more than that? You got more questions? Or that's,
Nah, that was the last
that was the last one? So that's it in the class. All right, Revelations 4 and 11. Class today is called the belt, man. How can I put this? Let me ask you a question. Why do you think Satan exists?
So like it's if I made can you repeat the question, sir?
Why do you think Satan exists?
So like if I may, I guess in a sense the Lord uses him to test our spirits and to see if we're gonna fold under pressure.
I like it. And who does Satan use? Like who's Satan's minions?
The demon.
Who?
The demon.
The demon?
Demon.
The demon. And who's the demon on earth?
White man.
Right. So you got Satan, his demons, which is his angels, and his physical representation on earth is the oppressor. And you said he uses the oppressor to do what again?
To torment us.
Why?
So like to test our spirits and to see if we're gonna fall under pressure to basically to see who's gonna be chosen and who, so like not to see who's gonna be chosen, but to see at the end of the day, I guess when the dust clears, to see who's gonna be standing at the end of the day for the Lord.
And why does he do that?
So like that's some Christian.
Huh?
You repeat that one more time, sir?
Why does he do that? That was your answer. You answered it. Why does he do that? Why do you think the Lord do that? Why do you think the Lord gonna make Satan, make Esau, make demons, just to test us? What's the point?
So like to get kind of poetic about it, I guess to best describe it, to separate the fat from the meat, to separate those who are gonna stand and those who are gonna fold. You know what I mean? Just to like the gold, when you put it under pressure, it purifies, takes out all the impurities, and so all the silver and any impurities gonna be taken out at the end of the day. You gotta be forged in the fire to know who you really are, and the Lord only wants the pure substance and not the excess of the fat.
Well, sound correct. That's the topic of the class. We're gonna answer the question at the end. All right. Let's start off with Revelations 4 and 11. This chair feels low. I feel like I'm sitting on a baby stool. It's like the table taller than me. All right, go ahead. Revelations 4 and 11. Who got it?
This is Revelation chapter 4, verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power.
Good.
For thou hast created all things.
First of all, the Lord created all things, right? This is the Lord's show. This is the Lord's movie. This is the Lord's running the play, right? The Lord made us, right? But he also made a villain. Any good movie has a villain. Every good movie has a protagonist, an antagonist, round characters, static characters, flat characters, all different types of dynamic characters. Everybody that plays a part in the movie to make it a great movie, right? And we all sit back and watch for our entertainment. Back in the day, they used to have sports, right? They had a brother like you or myself, and a damn lion come out, and they got to fight the lion. Who's going to prevail, man or lion? A man versus a dog, right? We just watch. Everybody's watching. Today we got boxers. One man, A side, B side, right? Basketball teams. That's what we like. We like to see good and evil. Who's going to prevail? The Lord made his own show. He made the show, and he said, all right, now I got these people and these people. The Lord created all things. Keep reading.
And for thy, verse 11, and for thy pleasure, they are.
And for thy what?
For thy pleasure.
For thy what?
Thy pleasure.
Why did the Lord create it?
For thy pleasure.
The Lord just created it just to see it all work out. Just to see how it play out. You know what I'm saying? You write a book, and you like, make this nigga named Timothy. All right, bet. So Timothy walked down the store, and then he gonna run into Khadijah. Oh yeah, Khadijah gonna be Esau today. Khadijah gonna set him up. You just write the story just to write it. Feel good to you, right? And you gonna get done the story, you gonna be like, Most High Christ. Because you're gonna feel like it was something that's entertaining. Well, I'm sure somebody get entertainment off the dumbness that we do every day. I'm sure somebody entertained at our stupidity and our retardation that we do every day. Sometimes you even say like, God damn it. Why would you do those things? Well, that's why the Lord made Esau. The Lord made Esau to test and see if you have the balls to be in his army. If you have what it takes to be somebody that can represent a government, a ruling class, somebody that can go against principalities, kings and presidents and archbishops and whatever you want to call them. Do you got the balls to be the man that's going to go against him and say, you know what? No more. No more you're going to have my people in captivity. We're not picking no damn avocados no more. We're not building your buildings anymore. I'm not putting up another 2x4. Don't pass me a bucket of screws anymore. I don't want no more screws. I don't want to deal with your burgers and your sandwiches and whatever I got to do to make this stinking kingdom great again. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm going to go serve the Lord. And when I do serve the Lord, you're going to be my slave. Can you be that? Can you tell your boss man that? Or would you rather say, yeah, I'm out the floor. Yeah, I'll clean up the mess you made. How many burgers you need? 5 burgers? No sweat. Do you want to be him? Or do you want to be the guy that's going to make Christ crack open the sky and come through and take over what's rightfully his? Esau is the belt. Esau's here to whoop your ass. That's Esau's job. He's the villain in the story, and we're going to get into it. Drop that. Give me Proverbs 16 and 4. Got it?
This is Proverbs 16, verse 4.
Damn, I can't find Proverbs. Hold on. So you can read it. You got it.
Proverbs 16, verse 4. The Lord hath made all things for himself.
Right?
Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
The Lord made all things for himself, even the wicked for the day of evil. So the Lord said, you know what? I'm going to make the wicked for the day of evil, and it's all for him. And maybe we're going to keep going. Give me Ecclesiastes 3 and 1. Ecclesiastes 3:1. So the Lord made Satan. The Lord made Esau. The Lord made you. The Lord made us. That AC on?
I think it might turn it down.
This is
Ecclesiastes 3:1.
Ecclesiastes 3:1.
Mm-hmm.
To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
Hold on, let me deal with you. You using a book? Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes 3, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
To everything there is a season,
Mm-hmm.
and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
Mm-hmm.
A time to be born, and a time to die.
Now the thing is, like, so the Lord knew who Esau was, and the Lord knew that Esau would be the perfect person to beat us. Cause you gotta think, like, we've been in captivity under everybody, and to everything. Read that again.
Verse 2,
Mm-hmm.
time to be born.
No, from the top.
Oh,
Verse
like
1.
Ecclesiastes 3, verse 1. And to everything there is a season.
Everything has a season. We all have a season. We all have a time to be great. We all have a time to be the winner. We all have a time to be the loser. And sometimes you just don't have a good day today. Some days you just wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Sometimes we have bad days. We had a long bad day, right? And the Lord knew who was going to put over time, who was going to be the winner, who was going to capitalize, and who was going to put us in the captivity just so he can make his kingdom right. In order to make his kingdom right, he had to send us under somebody that was going to, I don't want to say that word, but under somebody that was just going to just demoralize us, dehumanize us. You did what I'm saying? And like you said, put us through the fire. And when we get through the fire, we'll find out what's pure. Because the Lord knew that this is a good fire to put us in. The fire under Moab might not be that hot. The fire under the Canaanites, or, you know what I'm saying, so-called Hamites or so-called Africans may not be that hot. We might not be in a good fire under them. Arabs might not be a good fire, but the Lord knew Esau is going to be a good season. When I put them under Esau, we're going to find out who's with us and who's against us. Keep going.
A time to plant, and a time to pluck up.
Nah, you skipped the verse 2.
Ecclesiastes 3, verse 2. A time to be born, and a time to die.
Mm-hmm.
A time to plant, and a time.
No, you skipped verse 1.
Verse 1. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
There's a time to every purpose under heaven. Like the Lord knew what he was doing. He did it on purpose. We have a time. One thing we got to tell each other is it's going to end. The Lord gave us this because he knew we can handle it. But all we got to do is fight it. And if we can't fight our way through it, then we'll never see the time that we win. Because we have a time to win. The Lord did it. He made a purpose. Our purpose is to rule the earth. That's our purpose. That's your purpose as Allah. But we don't know that yet. Because we've been losing for so long. You know what they do when you got a team? They get better players. That's your job. Your job is to recruit the players in the street. Right now they in the G League. They in Pee Wee. They in another league. They playing a whole nother sport maybe. They don't even know what they doing. That's your job. Your job is to say, hey, my brother, yo, look, I know you running into a wall every day. I know it's probably hell for you. That's because you're not living up to what the Lord told you to be. The Lord said you're supposed to be a prince of the power, a son of the Lord. You're supposed to be somebody great, but you got a bag of crack in your pocket. You got an unregistered gun about to go do a drill. For what? Spit on the ops because they rapped about you in the song. You about to go commit a class one felony because what? Somebody stepped on your shoe, or you know what I'm saying, that you had an issue with somebody in school and now it's grown into something major and you can't live on your block anymore? Or is it because of capitalism? You want to fight because you can't hustle here? He can't hustle here? So now we got to kill each other just to make room so you can breathe. We don't know that we have a purpose, but we think that our purpose is to just run the block, rule the block. And then we get to jail and we become a bill. And then you on that block, trying to run that block. And that's our whole life. And then you get out and now you back on the streets. You back on the block or back on the bricks. And what is life about? Is that a purpose? No. The Lord said we got a time. We got a purpose. But we don't know about that. All we know about is, you know what I'm saying, trying to get this money. I'm trying to bag this broad tonight. Damn, you see her? Look at her with them boots on. Ooh, look at her. Look at her. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like, all we know is simple things. We walk in the store, we see all the flavors of Dutchess and tobacco. Like, yeah, I need the grape one. Give me grape, strawberry, and give me vanilla. Yeah, I need the vanilla one. They just got a bunch of flavors. And that's how they keep us asleep. Small things, because we don't know our purpose. Do it one more time.
Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
Now, give me Ecclesiasticus 2 and 1.
Mm-hmm. Ecclesiastes 2, verse 1.
What?
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Now, when you come into this truth, the Lord knows the weak spots, right? And the Lord's going to send Esau for those weak spots. And how did he do it? With the temptations, right? Temptation is, okay, I don't want to give it to you. What's the difference between a test and temptation? Is that what I want? Yeah, what's the difference between a test and temptation?
Test gonna make you strong. Temptation is there to make you fail. Test is seeing if you will fail and or prevail. But the temptation is there to
Okay. What's the difference between a test and a curse?
a curse is straight out flat punishment. A test is something that the Lord know you can get through. He hope you get. You know what I mean? I can say he help. He ain't gonna give you more than what you can handle. So therefore, he's giving you something and seeing if you can make it through, and seeing how you handle whatever you make it.
I don't know. Them tests used to feel like curses.
So the test feel like curses.
Them tests used to feel like curses. They're like, you got a chemistry test. I'm like, God damn. Give me an example of a temptation.
Kind of to backtrack what you're saying. So I guess temptation is when you're contemplating it or it's in your mind, and then it's just kind of like the desire, not the desire, but the flesh is there, and you just, it's kind of just vaguely in the air. But I guess the test is when you're put under fire, when you actually going through it, and the Lord or the demon make you decide right then and there what you're gonna do.
I like it.
And then
Let's say LeBron James walk on the basketball court, and you the only one there, right? And he like, hey, young boy, check up. Now, is that a test or is that a curse?
like I said, that's a test.
Okay, but LeBron James want to win by 1 million. And you're going to feel this small when he leave the court. Right? So sometimes when we have, how can I put this? All right. So when we have tests, they feel like punishment. A test always feels like you're being punished, or it feels like you have to pull something out of you that you don't know is there, right? It can feel close to being cursed, right? Now, temptation make you feel like you're being punished because you don't want to do what you want to do. For instance, somebody walk by with a purse and they got money hanging out, and you're like, oh my God, that's like $2,000 right there. And in your mind, you know you broke, you gotta go home, your kids ain't got nothing to eat, probably ain't got no lights, car ain't got no gas. And when you see somebody walk by with money like that, in your mind you think, I should take the money. I should take the money, right? You see something that's in front of you that you want so bad, but in order for you to get to a better place in life, you decide not to do it. But you can get to a better place in life by still doing it, right? The temptation is the Lord making you decide, like you said, who do you want to be? Because you can take the money and deal with those consequences. But if you don't take the money, you'll still have to struggle. You know what I'm saying? If you don't take the temptation, you'll still struggle. But now you deciding which one do you want to please, your flesh or your spirit? Because when if you don't take the money, you go home and you feel like a better man because you made a good decision. But if you did take the money, you'll feel like a better man because you're $2,000 up. Read one more time.
This Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation.
Now why did they say that? Why is that even in the Bible? Why should you prepare for temptation?
So like you, sir, I can't really say I know, but because when you're trying to do the right thing and you're trying to act righteously or walk, so like how would I say it? Walk, because narrow, I guess one of the scriptures I can reference to is narrow is the gate that leads to life, but wide and broad is the way that leads to temptation. So is when he's talking about temptation, he's basically referring to, so like, repeat, I was building up somewhere. Can you repeat?
Why is that even in the Bible? Why does the Lord ask you to prepare for temptation?
Because it's hard to act righteously and do the right thing, but because when you're trying to do the right thing, Esau and Satan are gonna oppress you to try to make you fold or not serve the Lord.
Yes, because you gotta pick a side. You gotta know the Lord gotta know who you're loyal to. He wanna know where your loyalty lies. So if you're gonna fall with Satan, you're gonna fall through all the temptations or any of the temptations. But because the demon don't stop coming, he continues to come. So if your demon was smoking weed, every day you're gonna see somebody rolling up.
Right.
And you're gonna feel that every day when they walk by, be like, yo, you're not with us no more. We're gonna go through that too. They're like, yo, you don't want to hit the blunt no more. And you're like, nah. And they do that every day for the rest of your life. Every single day. Now it may be a blunt. Some people it may be racing cars, or it may be some kind of demon that's pulling you into the world. Paul said, can you remove this demon from me? And the Lord said, I gave you life, nigga. I'll let you live. My grace is good enough for you. You on probation for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
If you make one false move, it's back to the big house.
Damn.
You dig what I'm saying? That's what he told Paul. Back to the big house. That's us.
Right.
That's how we live.
Right.
One move, one mistake, and we back on the streets.
That's right.
We back in somebody's crack house. We back in somebody's weed house.
Right.
Back on somebody's corner talking about 2 for 10s.
Damn.
Or back on somebody's block talking about, yo, I got it, come holler at me.
Right.
Because temptation is right there.
Right.
You see the money. Now, we had an example of $2,000 hang out the purse, but it's more money than that outside. You can see what they're getting outside. Ooh-wee, you go outside, you're like, damn, I like that car. Ooh-wee. Hey, yo, you know, still get the calls today. Hey, yo, all you gotta do is send such and such to such and such. I don't even live like that no more, man. You can make 20,000.
Yikes. All right.
Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim. You think what I'm saying? You think what I'm saying? Yeah, you gotta send a prayer because the Lord wanna know you loyal to Him. That 20,000 sounds so good. It sounds beautiful. You know what I can do with 20,000? But you know what I could do with 10 brothers? 10 brothers.
That's right.
Because we could take over Earth with 10 brothers.
That's
We
right.
could move a mountain with 10 brothers. 10 solid soldiers. You dig what I'm saying? $20,000, yeah, but we could get it the right way.
We go to camp.
We could go to camp, and we could have a devil put $20,000 in his bucket
Ooh-wee.
by being righteous. The Lord gonna bless you too.
That's right.
Or Satan gonna bless you. But if you don't do it the right way, we'll get the belt.
That's right.
We get the belt. When you fall for temptation, Esau is right there, waiting with the belt. That's Esau. Drop that. Give me give me 1 Corinthians 10 and 13.
Like I said, what was it, 1 Corinthians?
1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13.
Oh God, this is 1 Corinthians 10, verse 13. There had no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man.
Break it down, come on.
Let me repeat this, verse 13. There had no temptation taken you, but such as common to man.
Mm-hmm.
No temptation. There had no temptation. There had no temptation taken you.
Mm. Hey, where my keys at? Oh, they in the door. The back of the door. I got some, y'all need to grab that door for me? It's in the, it's behind the passenger.
Temptation taken you.
Behind the west.
Behind the passenger.
There was no temptation.
Yep, y'all go by. Break it down.
There's no new temptation. All right.
There's no new temptation. The only temptation that you want to get is a one-time strike. Get it over there. You had it, Kamar. You know what I'm saying? It's no new temptation. The temptation that you had is the same temptation that Christ had. The same one that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob may have had. The same one that I had. The same one that Commander General YAHANNA may have. The same one that this guy walking down the street may have. We all got common temptations. What's the basic ones today? Philosophy, democracy, capitalism.
Ideology.
That's philosophy.
Oh, that's philosophy. Oh, philosophy.
The basic three is democracy, which is choosing to fight for the country, choosing to be somebody in this country. Philosophy is choosing to believe in this country, and capitalism is choosing to make money in the country. That's really the top three. You know what I'm saying? And when you choose either one of those, you gain the mark of the beast.
Right.
Right? Philosophy, democracy, and capitalism. That's how you gain the mark of the beast. That's how you fight for the mark of the beast. Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you got either one of those temptations, the Lord knows you can deal with it. Because it's the same place that it was in Rome.
That's right.
It's the same place that it was in Egypt.
Familiar spirits, right?
Really. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gonna know, like, all right, it's no new demon.
Right.
They the same demons running around from 4,000 years ago.
That's right.
Ain't no new demon named whatever. It's the same demon. But can you beat him? Because a lot of people fell to that demon. Because Esau came with the belt. Because Satan sent them. Right? Now, did you get your ass whooped? Can I say that? Did you get your ass whooped? Or did you learn your lesson?
Right.
Now, you got to decide if you want to get the belt. You got to decide if you want to get your ass whooped. And a lot of us, that's how we come into the truth. Getting our ass whooped. We running from the belt to get in this door. The belt is like this, wham, 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 and you trying to get away from it. We run away from the plantation and come back and the belt got us.
You want ice?
Nah, I'm cool. You dig what I'm saying? Like, all we want to do is live freely, but we do it by pleasing Esau.
Right.
And we'll listen to Esau orders before we listen to the Most High.
It is nice.
And that's why we can't get up in life. That's why we can't succeed. That's why we can't be somebody, right? Keep going. Water.
So like what verse was it, sir?
This is 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. Hey, y'all got that joint, y'all want it?
Most High
I
Christ.
did.
Yeah.
So like verse 13, there had no temptation taking you, but such as common to man.
So now break it down. What you got?
So like I said, if I may, in regards to sin, there's nothing new under the sun.
There you go.
That drugs, women, lust, and all these vices have been around forever, and that it's not gonna be anything new that you're gonna be confronted with.
There you go. Keep going.
But God is faithful,
Mm-hmm.
who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able.
Break it down.
So like so the Lord is not gonna put you in the pressure where he knows that you're not gonna be able to stand it. He's gonna
First, give me faithful. God is faithful. That's what I need first.
so like sir, if I may, I believe he's trying to say that he's graceful or he is merciful in the sense that he's not gonna abandon you and he's
You dancing on it. I need one way. Dancing on it.
God is faithful. So like if I may, it's to kind of get closer to it. There's a difference between you trusting God.
That's
and
it.
God
That's what I
trusting
want.
you.
God is faithful, which means you can trust him.
That's right.
You got faith in somebody, you can trust them. Trust in the Lord. There's no new temptation under the sun.
That's right.
But the Most High is somebody you can trust. Keep going.
So,
Read the faithful.
sir. Verse 15, but God is faithful,
Mhm.
who will not suffer you to be tempted
The
above.
Lord ain't gonna suffer you to be tempted. Because He's not gonna sit there and let you deal with the pain.
Right.
Because you can trust Him.
Right.
So you know, like, you ask the Lord, please get me out of this. And you can trust Him to get you out of it.
Right.
Because He can trust you.
Amen.
Right? Now, you don't have a new temptation that nobody else has. And you've been choosing the right thing to do as much as you can. So you ask the Lord, you got faith in the Lord, please get me out of this hell. And the Lord gonna say, I got you.
Real tough.
And then you gonna see $20,000 drop in that bucket when you teaching that king. Or you gonna see somebody pull up in a car like, I had 2 cars, I didn't know which one to get. Now, this never would happen. But I mean, you need a car? Or like something, you never know how the Lord works. Some kind of amazing thing happens and your problems are answered. But that's you grinding it out and sticking it in for the Lord. Wait, pause. You staying strong for the Lord.
Sticking it out.
Sticking it out.
That's tough too.
It's tough too, right? No, that's you being strong for the Lord. Right? And the more you stay in there, you know what I'm saying, the more the Lord's gonna bless you. But sometimes we just be like, you know what, I can't fight no more. I can't deal with it anymore. You know, it's just too much. My woman, my kids, my class, or whatever the case may be. Go ahead.
And Salaki, if I could, sir, what's so heavy about us being in the final days, sir, is we have 80 books to where we see Black and Hispanic men standing up to temptation.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? We see even our king, you understand what I'm saying, at his lowest moment, crying out to the Most High and still standing firm. You understand? So we are truly without excuse. You know what I'm saying? Being here at this time, not to sin, be able to be strong.
Yeah.
Pick up a phone call, call a brother. You see what I'm saying? Call somebody.
Right.
You know, get some counsel through brotherhood. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So we are without excuse, brother. We have the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge.
Right.
So like it, sir.
Most High Craig, give him a hand. And if we got some time, I'll go to one of my favorite scriptures, you know what I'm saying? Luke chapter 4. That's one of my favorite scriptures, man. Like when Christ was tempted by Satan. You know what I mean? That's one of them right there that just, y'all familiar with that scripture right
Yes,
there?
sir.
You familiar with that, Kamar? Luke chapter 4?
Oh, not too much, sir. Little brief.
When you read it,
Good. This one right here probably bore me in the truth.
This is the book of Luke chapter 4, verse 1.
But
And Yahushua, being full of the Holy Spirit, returned from Jordan and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness.
you know, he was full of the Holy Spirit, meaning he was full of what the Lord wanted him to do. Just like we just read, he trusted in the Lord trusted in him. He was full of that faith. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 2, being 40 days tempted of the devil.
Mm-hmm.
And in those days he did eat nothing.
Now, he didn't eat for 40 days, right? And here come Esau with the belt, right? So now, in 40 days, he had no food, no water. And here comes somebody in his mind talking to him. Go ahead.
Okay, and when they were ended, he afterward hungered. Verse 3, and the devil said unto him, if thou be the Son of the power, command these stones that may be made bread.
Now, Kamar, you ever seen stones made into bread?
Like a lie, sir.
You've never seen it. Where you from?
So like I said, I was born in Mexico City, but I was bringing the border, sir.
I know you seen stones turn into bread. Yakubah, you ever seen stones turn into bread?
Oh, God.
You ever seen stones turn into bread, Ashar?
No, sir.
Reverend Beck, you ever seen stones turn into bread? So I had the same temptation. I'm sure we all had the same temptation. A very similar temptation. Read
Oh,
it again.
Salaki.
Read it again.
Come. And the devil said unto him, if thou be the Son of the power, command these stones that it may be made bread.
Listen, man. If you want to be strong, if you want to be somebody, turn these stones into bread.
right.
Here come the devil. Tell
Right.
you to turn stones into bread.
Oh, so like,
Ooh, there you go.
Right.
Turn stones into bread.
Rock it up.
Rock it up. Don't leave nothing in the pot.
Right.
Put it all back. Right? And then you got a brick and you cook it into rocks.
Right. Jeez.
And you take them stones and you go make some bread.
Right.
Right? Now, Christ had a temptation, but our temptation are similar to that.
Right.
It behooved Christ to be like his brethren.
That's right.
He from the hood.
That's right.
What good come out of Nazareth? What good could come out of Houston, Mexico City?
Right.
What good come out of A-Leaf or SWAT?
Real talk.
What good come out of Southwest or Detroit, Philly?
Right.
What good come out of where you from? Nigga, nothing.
Real talk.
Nigga, just, and then any good come out of it, Esau giving him the belt.
Real
Come to
talk.
this university,
Real
come to this
talk.
college, come to this hospital,
Join
come
the fraternity.
come work here, come do this. They killing them and they just taking the belt from Esau. Not us. We decided to get away from that. We decided to make other decisions. So in this case, we didn't take that
Yeah.
rock. We didn't take those bricks.
No.
We didn't turn them into bread. Why? Somebody, keep reading.
I got it. Salaki, if I could. Salaki,
Mm-hmm.
verse 4. And Yahushua said unto him,
Mm-hmm.
answered him, saying, it is written that man shall not live by bread alone.
And Christ told that devil, man, I can't live off bread alone. You
Right.
can't live off that $2,000. Go ahead.
Right. That man shall not live by bread alone,
Go ahead.
but by every word of the power.
Listen, only way you can live is by the Spirit of the Most High.
Right.
Only way you can live is through the Spirit. You gotta fight that temptation. That's the test. And Christ passed it. And Christ taught you how to be just as great as him.
Right.
That's the whole reason he gave you the new covenant or the New Testament, the new promise, to show you how to do it spiritually, to walk through the law and give you a person that you can follow. That's why we follow Christ, because he did it. They asked Christ, well, what you got a demon because you a new prophet?
Right.
Abraham dead, Isaac dead. Them niggas is dead. Who you? You got a demon. You got a devil on you. You can't be no new prophet. That's what we tell them today.
That's right.
We are the prophets.
That's right.
That's why they say you in the cult. Because they said Christ was in the cult.
That's right.
They said Christ had a demon on him.
Beelzebub.
Yeah. Nigga, you got a demon. How you gonna tell them that you can drink your flesh and eat your blood and all of that?
Real talk.
Nigga, you ain't been where I've been. You ain't did what I did. When you teach how I taught, when you learn what I learned, then you'll eat my flesh.
Real talk.
Life is in the flesh. The life is in the blood. He said, you want everlasting life, follow me.
That's right.
He said Christ was in the cult. But for you to deal with them temptations and deal with Satan and beat Satan ass, I don't know if I can say that on the line.
That's tough.
But if you could beat Satan ass, the Lord will look at you like, yeah, that's somebody I can trust. What you got?
If I
If
could.
you're gonna be a Hispanic man and say you love black people, you in the cult.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Give you a hand. Give the Most High a hand. That's a fact.
That's right.
Because it's hard as hell. They put us against each other. For you to be a light-skinned nigga, being here with dark niggas and old nigga be with a young nigga.
Right.
Or a gangbanger to be with a master PhD at, I mean, I can't say all that. You know what I'm saying? A PhD nigga. For you to be in here with somebody that's not like you a Latin king in here with a GD. Or
Right.
blood in here with a Crip.
Right.
Or a nigga from Baltimore in here with a nigga from DC.
Right.
Or Dallas in Houston. We're not supposed to like each other.
That's right.
Or you from the West, he from the East.
That's right.
Nigga, we're not supposed to like each other.
That's right.
Even with Hispanics, Mexicans and Dominicans,
That's right.
and Puerto Ricans and Cubans.
Everybody
They not
hates
supposed to like each other.
Everybody hates Mexico.
Nigga, North Mexico and South Mexico.
Real talk.
good night.
They're not even supposed to like each other.
Right.
But we all in this room right here.
Come on, sir.
Because we don't deal with the temptation. We passed the test.
Come on.
So when Esau show up, read what you got next.
Come. Verse 5. And the devil, taking him up into an high mountain,
Mm-hmm.
shewed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time.
Now the devil took him up somewhere where he can see everything.
Right.
Show him everything, the cars, the clothes, the money. the women, show them everything, the houses, you know what I'm saying? Show them everything. It said, it can be yours. Go ahead.
Verse 6, and the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me.
For it is what?
Delivered unto me.
So how can Satan give it away? Because it's his.
That's right.
It's his.
That's right.
Delivered to Satan.
The Lord gave it to him.
The Lord gave it to him. The Lord gave it to Satan. The Lord gave it to Esau.
Right.
It's his.
That's right.
Which is why he can give it to you.
Fatness of the earth, son.
Yeah. So Christ walked up on that mountain, spiritually on that mountain. You might be about to sign a record deal or a baseball contract.
Come on, sir.
Or might be signing might be getting a big job or a nice something.
Right.
Esau got this contract drew up for you. All you gotta do is sign it. Sign right here on the dotted line. And when you sign it, all the fatness of the earth may be yours.
Right.
Because you'll get that nice car. You'll get that advance money.
That's right.
You'll get that big check coming in the mail.
Guaranteed bread.
Guarantee money. Oh, yeah. All you got to do is bow down and worship me. And when you bow down, you going to bow.
You gonna get dizzy.
You going to get all Diddy. Oh, you going to get Epstein Island. You dig what I'm saying? And you're going to be like, yeah, you're going to be smiling like LeBron James and Meek Mill in them pictures.
Real talk.
Who knows what they getting?
Right.
But they signed that contract.
Real talk.
But you did it.
Right.
You did. You ain't signed that contract.
Right.
Keep going.
Khan. And to whomsoever I will give it. Verse 7.
He said it's given to me and whoever I want to give it to.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 7. If thou therefore wilt worship me, all shall be thine.
Worship means to work for.
Right.
So if you decide to work for Satan, all shall be yours.
Right.
Now, how do you work for Satan?
If I could, become a politician and hate black people and Hispanic people.
There you go. Whatever the devil tell you to do, you do it.
That's right.
Just go to work for him. He be like, yo, celebrate 4th of July. I don't want to come. You think what I'm saying? Like, whatever Satan or whatever Esau tell you to do, you just do it.
Right.
You just put a Christmas tree in your house and just put the lights on it. Wrap a dead tree with electric and put it in your house.
Real talk.
If I could understand that,
Right.
then maybe I could, conquer the earth. But, yeah, take a dead tree, put it in your house and wrap it with electricity.
Real talk.
That's genius. Keep going.
Khan. Verse 8. And Yahweh said unto him, get thee behind me,
That's what I need. He said, get thee behind me. What?
Satan.
Get thee behind me, Satan. Get the hell out of here. That's what you got to tell Esau. When he come to you and offer you the greatness that he done acquired in the earth, and Lord willing, if we get through this breakdown, you know what I'm saying, we're going to see why or how he was able to acquire that. You know what I'm saying? But when he offers that to you, and you tell him to get thee behind me, Satan, go ahead.
For it is written, thou shalt worship Yahweh, and him only shall thou serve.
We only going to do the work of the Lord in here. That's all we going to do. I don't care about your record contract. I don't care about your rap deal. I don't care about your money.
Right.
I don't care about what you got to offer me. I got to leave today. I'm going to teach a class. I'm going. I can't work on Saturday because I got to go to camp.
Right.
That's important to me.
That's right.
I got to do the work of the Lord. Why? Because I'm not working for Esau.
Good night.
I'm working for the Most High.
That's right.
That's where my work lies at. Drop that. Give me Romans 9 and 11. Give the Yakuba.
This is Romans chapter 9, verse 11.
Good.
For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil.
Now the children is Jacob and Esau, right?
Right.
So it's that the children being not yet born. Read it from the top again.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 11.
Go ahead.
For the children being not yet
So
born,
Jacob and Esau wasn't even born yet. Go ahead.
neither having done any good or evil,
Go ahead.
that the purpose of Yahweh according to election might stand.
Now, the only reason that Christ did this, right, is because he wanted to. He did it on purpose, right? So now, it said the children wasn't born. They didn't do no good or no evil.
Right.
They didn't do anything to deserve, Jacob didn't do anything to deserve being Jacob.
Right.
And Esau didn't do anything to deserve being Esau,
That's right.
right? The Lord just did it on purpose,
Right.
because he wanted to. Go ahead.
Not of works,
Mm-hmm.
but of him that called.
So he didn't do it because Jacob, wanted to do something great and he became Jacob.
Right.
No, and he didn't do it because Esau didn't want to do nothing. Esau was promised no mercy,
That's right.
none. And then the spirit of Esau was reincarnated
Cain.
by Cain.
Cain. Spirit of Cain.
The spirit of Cain was reincarnated, well, the same way. You know what I'm saying? Spirit of Cain was from Esau.
That's right.
Just like Christ had a reincarnation.
That's right.
Esau came through Cain, which was the murderer,
That's right.
right? And you saw his flesh through his skin.
That's right.
So now, Esau didn't do nothing to be Esau. He was just born. And the Lord knew that these two right here, we're going to have a movie with these two.
Forbidden spirit.
Yeah, this right here is going to be a good show. We're going to have Esau and Jacob. Watch this. Go ahead.
Verse 12. It was said unto her,
Mm-hmm.
the elder shall serve the younger.
Now, this is a prophecy you're waiting for. Like, we ain't get there yet.
Right.
But when that day come, we'll wait. Esau going to serve us. Hold on. Hold up.
Right.
Yeah. All right. All right. We're waiting on this day. What?
Verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved,
Mm-hmm.
but Esau have I
Now,
hated.
the Lord said he just did it just for the purpose of him. Just because he wanted to. He
Right.
loved Jacob and hated Esau. Not because of anything he'd done before to be born. He just wanted one to be good and one to be evil. That was it. Go ahead.
Verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahweh?
Now, what should we say then? The Lord hated Esau. Is it wrong? Is it wrong for him to hate Esau? Why?
Because he made a vessel for good and a vessel for evil.
That's it.
Right.
He did what he wanted to do. We started the class off with, you got the power, and you got the honor, and it's yours.
So like I said, because he made it for his pleasure.
He made it for his pleasure.
Good night.
That's how we started the class. On his purpose. For his purpose. That's what he wanted to do. Just like you writing the story. Write the good ones and write the evil ones. That's what he did it for. Go ahead.
Yahweh forbid.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 15. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy,
Go ahead.
and will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 16. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that ruineth.
Running. So it's like
Right.
so now it's not of him that tries. Like as much as Esau tried, he can never get the blessings that Jacob got.
Right.
He can never get it. And as much as Jacob tried, we can never be hated like Esau. And that's just because that's what the Lord wanted. But the only thing about us is that we wanna be like Esau.
Right. Jesus.
We wanna get the blessings that Esau had. When Esau don't have no blessings. Compared to us, nigga, how do we fall? Y'all ever really looked at the Edomite?
Right.
How are we under them?
It's real talk.
How do we serve them?
Right.
Just next time you see Edomite, just look at him. And you gonna look at him and be like, this the nigga we serve?
Real talk.
Like he's a bum.
Real talk.
He's not smarter than you. He think he is, he's not smarter than you. Shalom, Adawan. Come on, counsel. Come in the class. Come on. Okay. You ever look at Esau, you like, it can't, okay.
Yeah.
He came to your place,
Yeah.
took you from where you were,
Yeah.
and made you work for him.
Right.
Gave you the belt, and made you say that your name was Toby.
Right.
And you picked cotton for years and years and years and years. And then when you got done picking cotton, you said, I'm free. And then he just hung you from a tree and said, no, you ain't free. And then after that, he gave you, give me something. What did he give you? Heroin.
Right.
Civil rights. Talked about this last week. Civil rights. And the civil rights movement started fighting the black nationalist movement. They fighting each other, right? Now, black nationalists are the big power people, right? They gave them drugs, they done. Then you got jail, then you got rap music, and then they just kill us again. How did he do all of this for so long? He's not smarter than you. He's not tougher than you. It's just because we just decide not to do what's right.
Right.
We fall victim to his temptation every time. White women, drugs, money, houses, cars. Everything he shows us that looks nice and shiny, we fall victim to it. They wrote books about it. A lot of them.
Right.
About how we fall victim to what we want instead of what we need.
Right.
That's the temptation that we fall victim to. Go ahead.
And if I could sort of add,
The most important part where we always fall to is our leaders, man.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's those leaders that we listen to that the oppressor knows, okay, if I can just get these wicked Negroes, right? Like when you read, one of my favorite verses is in the Apocrypha where it talk about, in Maccabees, where it talk about and wicked men out of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Went to the Greeks.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's our falling point every time.
Those
And
are
it
the
said,
niggas that survived.
and it said that persuaded many.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So the Lord always has a remnant, right? That's telling the people, hey, we need to serve the Lord before this destruction comes.
Right.
And then the majority end up listening, being persuaded by the wicked.
Right.
And then guess who gets unalive?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The ones that rather choose death than you know what I'm saying, assimilate to not keeping the commandments of God.
Well, that's scripture. They said because because they sin on top of sin, we think that we can be like them.
right.
But we can't be like them
That's right.
because you gonna try to be like them one time and you're gonna get 20 to 40 in jail.
Come on now.
Or you're gonna try to be like them one time and you're gonna get a bullet in your face. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be like them. You can't be like them.
Right.
You can't be like them niggas that have so deep into Esau's society.
Right.
So vested in the Esau society.
Right.
Esau is blessing them. Satan is blessing them.
Right.
And they're gonna find their demise one day.
That's
But
right.
you're not meant to be in that car.
That's right.
You're not meant to be with that woman. You're not meant to be at that place with that Edomite. And once you're there, Satan is gonna put the belt to you. What
That's
you
right.
got?
And if I could, Michael King, right? Jim Muhammad brought this out last, two Martin Luther King days ago. He said Martin Luther King and other rich Negroes like him, they joined and started the integration and the civil rights movement because they wanted to go. Martin Luther King, he said out his own mouth on an interview, he used to go to the white YMCA and wanted to swim with the white people.
Absolutely.
So that's why through all time in the history of mankind, of Israelite or of any culture, of any people that the Lord chose, we've always fallen behind the temptation and the lust to sin by leaders,
And-
wicked men.
Now, what you're saying is heavy. Now, think about Emmett Till.
Right.
He died because of a so-called oppressor, right? Black Wall Street fell because of they looked under some white woman's dress, right?
Right.
Any lynching you could think of, most of them were about a rape that never
They
happened.
call them race riots.
Race rights, right? Or yeah, whatever rights you could think of, draft rights, race rights, all the rights.
That's right.
They because of some Edomite, some oppressor.
Right.
Now, they arrest him, right?
Right.
was another spearhead in the civil rights movement. James Baldwin was another spearhead in the civil rights movement. Both homosexuals, they wanted the oppressors. They wanted to oppress men. And by doing so, they created the homosexual movement.
That's right.
The civil rights movement is literally the homosexual movement.
That's right.
It's the same thing,
That's right.
right? So now we couldn't fight that movement, and it became Black Power movement.
That's
And
right.
they just took that from us too. And we fell victim to their drugs.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't get around the oppressor because we gonna fall for his temptation every time. But in this room, you don't got the choice to fall for it.
That's right.
And all of this is so the Lord can try you.
Right.
Because the Lord want to have a strong army. He want a kingdom on earth as it is in heaven.
Good night.
And until that day come, you're going to be fighting if you should take this $2,000 out this woman's purse.
Right.
You're going to be deciding if you should go hop in the car with you. Matter of fact, you still got more Luke chapter 4? Go back to that. I need that last part. You can't go past that. You still trying to find out if we should, you know what I'm saying, do the things that are they happen time and time again. They reoccurring issues that we fall victim to. That's like the Biggie Smalls album. When he got out, he was like, "You'll be back again."
Right.
That's us. We gonna go. That demon like, I'm gonna see you again,
Real talk.
and then you gonna be like, Nah, you ain't gonna see me again.
Right.
And he show up looking like a beautiful woman. Every demon is beautiful.
Right.
You gonna look at the demon, you gonna be like, oh, that's a nice one. That's the demon. And then you take it like this.
That's a bad joint.
That's a bad John, literally, both ways. That's a double entendre. That's a bad John. Because it's a little bad John, and it looks beautiful.
But it's
It's
bad.
bad.
It's a bad joint.
It's a bad John.
Real
It's a
talk.
nice woman, and it's a bad woman at the same time. Read it, what you got?
It's the book of Luke chapter 4 verse 9.
What?
And he brought him into Jerusalem
Mm-hmm.
and set him on a pinnacle of the temple.
He brought him into Jerusalem, right? He brought him into the midst of the city. He brought him amongst his brothers and set him on top of the brothers. Go ahead.
And said unto him, If thou be the son of the power,
Mm-hmm.
cast thyself down from hence.
Now, if you the son of the power, if you got the power, if you a child of the Most High,
Right.
just jump.
Real talk.
Why do you jump? Go ahead.
Verse 10, For it is written, He shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee.
So he's saying, all right, if you a son of the Most High, if the angels are going to protect you, if you just jump, won't you be protected?
Right.
That's what the devil was saying to him. Now, how do we live this today? We live a death style,
Real talk.
right?
Jump head first.
Keep reading. Is there any more on that?
Concept, verse 10, And in their hands they shall bear thee up,
Mm-hmm.
lest at any time thou shalt dash thy foot against a stone.
Go ahead. That's it.
Verse 12. And Yahawashi
Stop
answered,
right there. Stop right there. So today, this same idea is us going out and joining the game,
Right.
right? You know you're going to die, but we do it anyway.
Jeez.
We think that the Lord is going to save us because when we get locked up or when we get into a situation, we pray to the Most High. We ask God to help us. You trying to go across state lines to get a pet, and you're going to ask the Lord to protect you when you coming back,
Jeez.
right?
Issachar got different saints they pray to.
Yeah.
At Santa Maria, they got
Sometimes
different saints.
they going to pray to all the different ones. They going to have
The
the,
one with the sickle,
Yeah.
that's the one that where you mule, you deliver traffic women.
mm-hmm.
You drive them around from the border. They pray to that one, and then they got the one where they do the sex trafficking,
Mm-hmm.
and then they got the one for the dope dealing too.
Good night. So now you praying to some kind of deity, some
And
kind
candles and lighting candles.
of, some kind of Diana, right? Go ahead, what you got?
So like I said, the crazy part, one of the most famous, which are not saints, but the so-called demons, right, is called Saint Judas.
Damn, that's crazy.
Saint Judas.
Saint Judas.
That's insane.
That
Go ahead.
makes sense though.
What does Saint Judas do?
Saint Judas is basically, he's advocating for the Most High to protect you throughout your criminal endeavors.
Okay, so you're a criminal endeavor. So Judah was a snake in the grass,
Judas.
disloyal, huh?
Judas.
Yeah. What you say?
They pray.
Yeah, to Judas, right?
Saint Judas.
Judas, right?
Right.
Judas was a disloyal,
Right.
underhanded
Yeah.
bastard.
Yeah.
And then we pray to the Saint Judas.
Right.
Dip your bread in the south the same time as I do.
When I dap him up, that's gonna be the one right here.
Yeah.
Pray to Saint Judas is insane.
Real talk.
And that's your one for your criminal endeavors. Because you know you gotta do some underhanded sneakiness. And you're gonna pray to him so you can make it home tonight. That's that's jumping off the pinnacle. That's drinking and driving.
Crash dummy.
Yeah, you crashing out. You know what I'm saying? We do that all the time. These are the temptations that Christ had to face.
Real talk.
And they no different than us. I've probably seen all of them demons. Every single one of them demons, I've seen them. He came right to my door and knocked on my door like Jehovah's Witness.
Real talk.
You dig what I'm saying? And every day you got a Friday slam the door in his face. Boom! Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to slam the door in the demon's face because he's going to be like, yeah, have you spoken to Jesus today?
Right.
I'm like, no, I ain't speak to Jesus today. I'm like, me, Jesus. What he say? Did you know Jesus said love everybody?
Right.
And it sounds so sweet.
Real talk.
That's the demon talking to you. Hey, did you? He like, yo, like, come on outside. Like, come on, hey, come outside. Look, you know what I'm saying? We're going to just go take over and do something over here. We're going to go down this block. If you want, you know, it starts off small. Watch the corner. It starts off small. Just hop in this car with us. You a punk?
Put this in your bag.
Put this in your bag. You a punk? Oh, you a punk? I knew you was a punk. You not a punk? Then ride with us then. That demon sounds so, that's temptation. That's what Christ had to face. And now today, 2,000 years later, as a black and Hispanic man in America, we're dealing with the same demons. Esau is the belt. Satan is the belt. And he's going to tempt you. And if you don't say, get the hell behind me, Satan,
Right.
we'll be going to your site and putting flowers on it.
Real talk.
Or we'll be answering your call from Securus.
Real talk.
One of the two. Or we'll be seeing your spirit going. And you underneath some woman or some drug somewhere. Under some bridge somewhere.
If I could, sir, with one half of your hair braided and the other half not braided.
And that's real talk.
Like John Rule in bad shape.
And that's real talk.
I seen it.
Like, out of all of them, I'd rather not lose my spirit.
Real talk.
That's probably the worst one. You know what I'm saying? You can see the spirit leave somebody's body when they work for Satan. Right? When they worship Satan. All right, give me matter of fact, give me Moses. Give me Exodus. Exodus 7. And 16.
This is Exodus 7, verse 16. And thou shalt say unto him, the Lord, God of the Hebrews.
The who?
The Lord, God of the Hebrews.
That's the thing about it, man. You gotta know that can't nobody touch our God.
Right.
That demon God that you talked about, Judas, whatever, he can't see our God.
Right.
He can't see the Most High. No God that you could, Allah, Buddha, none of them guys can see our God.
Right.
They can't touch our God. He the God of the Hebrews. He not the God of those religions. We got a God that's smashing all their gods. But we don't follow him. We follow Judas. We follow the God of the trafficking. What was the trafficking God name? The I.S.U.P.K God?
Right.
It's a sickle. The sickle was basically something more than
Something more. Damn, that's the damn. They say death. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, that's insane.
like I said, but I'm talking about like it's such a heavy idolatry. They be giving flowers and bottles and all kinds. Like they be giving oaths and
Candles.
man. Like it's a full fledged. It's a crazy spirit.
Now you as a priest and prophet of the Lord, this is what you need to do. Thus saith my God. My God is better than yours. Any God you could think of, my God is better than him. Read.
Right.
What was it?
16.
7:16.
Mm-hmm.
verse 16, thou shalt say unto him, the
Mhm.
Lord, God of the Hebrews,
Mhm.
has sent me unto thee,
Go ahead.
saying, let my people go.
Now that's the nigga you gotta be. You gotta be a prophet like that. Because you gotta go to Esau and tell him, let my people go. The God of the Hebrews sent me to tell you to let my people go. That's what we supposed to be. But instead, we going to Esau like, yeah, let me some help. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't even know who we represent. The God of the Hebrews, the God of Israel, Yahweh, YAHANNA YAHWH, the best God on earth.
Right.
The best one that was ever to be created.
That's right.
This nigga didn't move waters and many things happen that he made us come into the school. Good night.
Right.
That gotta be some kind of God, some kind of
For
power.
real.
Nigga, because y'all niggas supposed to be on somebody's corner somewhere.
Real
Y'all
talk.
niggas is not supposed to be here.
Right.
But y'all here today.
Right.
Now your job is to be a priest and prophet like Moses was. Go to Pharaoh, which is the top nigga. That's Donald Trump. That's Joe Biden. Go to the top nigga, say, us as black people, we not working here no more.
Real talk.
We out. We're gonna leave. We're gonna go to Mexico or somewhere. We're gonna go to, I don't know, some place that we didn't made up, Texas. We're gonna go to this place and you're gonna watch us walk away. We're not picking your avocados no more. We're not working for 90 cents no more. I'm not fixing none of your buildings. I'm not doing nothing you want me to do no more. I'm not making no
Right.
more Subway sandwiches. All of us, we're leaving. And Donald Trump will be like, "Tah." You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump, you know, his heart is hard. The Lord made Donald Trump too, just like he made Pharaoh.
That's right.
And when you go to Donald Trump and tell him, my people leaving, you're gonna have to deal with issues. But if you trust in the Lord and have faith in the Lord is gonna fight your battles.
That's right.
That's our job as priests and prophets. Because we can't fall victim to the devil.
Right.
Because he wants us to be beaten. And some of us just like being beat.
Good night.
Some of us just like being in hell. We like going back to jail. And just so we have a place to stay. I mean, we like going back to jail because it's easier than being on the streets.
3 hots in a cot.
3 hots in the cot. All I gotta do is, you know what I'm saying? Look, bro, I go to sleep when they tell me to go to sleep, wake up when they tell me to wake up, no sweat. Do my little job, work out a little bit, come back, breathe. Easy life, right? Dang. Meanwhile, everybody that you left is working to try to pay your commissary. Everybody you left trying to get you a security package, trying to make sure that you know what I mean, got phone time. Everybody you left trying to help you get toothpaste and sneakers. Because you got an easy life. But we feel like, you know, the easy way out is the best way out. But, you know, really you just getting your ass whooped. Keep going.
Verse 16,
Mm-hmm.
let my people go,
Go ahead.
that they may serve me in the
They
wilderness.
may do what?
That they may serve me in the
Man, we
wilderness.
won't go serve the Most High. That's what the Lord said. Let my people go that they may serve me. But, you know, when we got out the wilderness, when we got out of captivity, we wanted to go back. Drop that. Give me Psalm 17:3. You got it?
This is Psalms 17, verse 3.
Mhm.
Thou hast proved, so like it's approved the prod.
Proven?
Proved.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Thou hast proved mine heart.
Now this is David talking, right? Keep going.
Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me.
David, no, he like the Lord. He like the Lord visit me in the night.
Real talk.
He proved my heart. That's what he here to do. He here to prove me and see who I am. And David fought that demon. He struggled, but he fought it. And then he made a son that took. Now David brought Israel together,
Right.
which is a vicious battle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He got with Abner, brought Joab, brought all 12 tribes together. Solomon ruled over and we became a nation again under David. He did something that was unthinkable.
Right.
You know, David's saying right now, like, the Lord is proving me. He's going to prove me. Go ahead. I'm trying.
Thou hast visited me in the night.
Mm-hmm.
Thou hast tried me.
Mm-hmm. Now, in the nighttime is when it's the roughest. And then, like, that's when you at home and your problems are stacked to the ceiling. And all you want to do is get that blunt and smoke it. All you want to do is get that bottle and drink it and go outside and commit some kind of God knows what. And your anger is all the way up to the ceiling. Or you with that woman and all you want to do is just fall victim to her demons. Right? That's all you want to do. He's proving you. He's going to visit you at the night. He's going to try you. That's the temptation. Go ahead.
Come on, verse 3. And shall find nothing.
He gonna find nothing. That demon ain't gonna find nothing. Why? Because you know that. You know who he is. You know that nah, when you come to prove me, you ain't gonna find no fault in me. Why? Because you stand tall for the Most High.
Right.
You do the right thing. You trust and have faith in the Most High. And if you don't, then they'll find something. And that'll be the day that you fall. Keep going.
Come on, verse 3. I am purpose.
I am what?
Purpose.
I am what?
Purpose.
Now the Lord said he had a purpose. But our purpose, us as a men, go ahead.
I am purpose that my mouth shall not transgress.
Go ahead.
Verse 4. Concerning the works of men,
Mm-hmm.
by the word of thy lips, I have kept me from the path of the destroyer.
Now, concerning the works of men, what they do, what the Most High said, it has kept me from the path of the destroyer.
Right.
That's concerning them. But what you said to me, Most High, and what these brothers taught me in I.S.U.P.K, kept me from the path of the destroyer. Because he was coming. Who's the destroyer? Satan and Esau. That's the destroyer. But concerning their works, I don't do it. Because we got work to do here. So you won't find me with a blunt in my mouth. Why? Because I got brothers that I'm helping, that's helping me.
That's right.
I got brothers that I'm responsible for, that's responsible for me.
Right.
I got places that we gotta go as a people. And I gotta learn to get there from the men above me. And so for that reason alone, I can't fall victim, because if I fall victim, how many men will fall victim with me?
No time.
It's not about you doing the sin, but when you teach the men to do the sin, well, it is about you doing the sin. But when you teach the men to do the sin, and you as wicked as, what do you say? You might as well be a millstone hung around your neck and thrown in the river somewhere.
No time.
When you teach the men to do wickedness, you a bastard. You dig what I'm saying? So once you become a man that's going to smoke a blunt, and then the men behind you will smoke a blunt too, and you taught them to be sinners. You've taught them to go against the Most High. When you fall victim to your temptation, you teach the men around you that it's okay to fall victim, because they look up to you. They think you somebody that can beat the temptation, and when you don't, then they fight, they can't either. So every day you gotta fight that temptation. David knew. He said, I'm purposed that my mouth shall not transgress. I'm built like that. I'm different, right? Whatever they do, the words of your lips kept me from that path.
Right.
That's why we come to class every day, because we know it's hell outside. Every day we know that as soon as I leave this joint, I'm gonna pick up my phone, and God knows what my wife's saying, or God knows what my dad's saying, or my aunt, or my mom, or my daughter, or my sister, or who knows, my job. Somebody's gonna call and say something about something, but that's outside this building. But inside this building, the Lord's gonna help us be better men. We're gonna wear this shield, we're gonna go outside this building with the strength that we create in this building. And every day we build on being better men, stronger men. That's why we come to class every day. Niggas don't know it all. I still sit in class with my pen and my pad. I still listen to every class. Because I want to be stronger. And I know I'll never get there if I don't work on it. Every day is leg day, arm day, back day. You know what I'm saying? Every day you're working on being stronger. And the day you stop is when the pain comes. Right? That's why we here every day. Coming to class is imperative, man. It's what make you a stronger man. And all your families want to see it. They're going to be like, yo, ever since you've been going to that school, man, I like the way you move, man. Like, you different. You in the coat. I should do that tomorrow. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You in the coat, nigga. I'm gonna do We'll coat tomorrow. Make sure y'all tune in the class.
Real
You know what I'm
talk.
saying? I mean, Christ was in the coat. That's what tomorrow gonna be called. Christ was in the coat.
Real talk.
Was Christ in the coat? 'Cause he-
Co-leader.
Christ was the coat leader. That's tomorrow's class. Y'all can buy it. Coat leader. That's tomorrow's class. Don't even ask me. Coat leader. Christ was in the coat too. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, David knew. David said, I'm purposed to not do the evil. Right? What you gonna do? Give me Matthew chapter 18, verse 7. Tell me, last scripture.
Come, this is Matthew 18, verse 7.
Mhm.
Woe unto the world because of offenses, for it,
The Lord said what?
verse 7, woe unto the world because of,
Break that down.
woe unto the world because of offenses.
I'll help you out.
So like, what was it?
Want me to help you out?
I will give a crack at it before you break it down.
What does woe mean?
Or tragedy.
No. Try one time.
Sorrow.
The first woe have came. The second woe. The first and the second woe has came. The third woe yet that cometh. Woe unto. And give me some. Give me another one.
Woe unto you, scribes, Pharisees,
Yeah,
and Sadducees.
Pharisees and Sadducees. Woe means destruction. Right? Destruction to who?
It's like unto the world.
To who's the world?
Israel.
A world is a society, right? But as us in the truth, when you not in the truth, you're in. When you're not in the truth, you're in.
The world.
Yeah.
So like, well,
Who was the world given to?
into the hand of the wicked.
Yeah.
To the
He can give you the world because it's his.
Right.
So the Lord said destruction to the world.
Right.
The world is the devil's playground. That's Esau's land. That's hell that we live in, right? So Satan and Esau are running the world. They
Right.
rule the world.
Right.
And we live in that world, which is why we live in hell. Destruction to the world. Go ahead.
Oh, so like verse 7?
Keep going.
Verse 7, woe unto the world
Mhm.
because of offenses.
Woe unto the world because it offend us.
Good night.
It's offensive.
Mm-hmm.
The world tell me I can eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. I'm offended. Destruction to the world. Go ahead.
The world says June, the month of June is Pride Month.
Good
And
night.
they take the rainbow and they take the bow, brother, from what the Most High intended to be not a symbol of destruction, but they turn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All that.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
They perversed, you know what I'm saying, which was once yours. It's like that shield you wear on your neck, that's perverse. That music you wear is perverse. Them words you say is perverse. You calling yourself as an Israelite is damn near outlawed. Go ahead.
If I could, woe to the place that tells a felon he can't no longer carry a weapon, but it's okay that my child can choose his sexual orientation.
Woe to the felon running for president.
Good night.
He got 34 felonies.
Yeah.
He about to be the president.
Yeah.
Nigga, I know niggas that got one, they can't get a job.
Right. And he's a rapist.
Yeah, and he got to grab him by the vagina case.
Real talk.
Bro.
Real talk.
Anyway, you started on the bull. But y'all get it, right? Woe to the world because it offends me.
Right.
Keep going.
Come, verse 7. For it must needs be that offenses come.
Mm-hmm.
Well, woe to that man by whom the offense cometh.
Now, break it down. Break it down.
Read it
With
again,
destruction.
read it again.
Unto Satan by whom the offense cometh.
Okay, don't read it like that, but, okay, I follow you, okay.
Where we at, sir?
Don't think Satan, think world, we on earth, right?
Mhm.
So, don't say Satan, say Esau.
What's the scripture?
We at, 18:7, Matthew.
Matthew 18. I'm gonna read it, sir, so we
All right, go ahead.
It's the book of
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 7.
Go ahead.
Woe unto the world because of offenses.
Don't think Satan, think more like on earth, right? So woe unto Esau, right? Because he is an offender. He offends us. Go ahead.
For it must needs be that offenses come.
Now, why does it need be that those offenses come? Now, you have to be paying attention for this answer.
right.
Let him work. Let him work it out.
For it must needs that the offenses come.
You got it, Jacobot? I know you got it, Sean.
Dang, I got it tip of the tongue, but I don't know how to break it down.
No sweat. What you got, Jacobot?
Wicked stuff gotta happen before Christ come back.
Okay, yes, but why?
Both of this, gotta be. World gotta
Say his
be.
microphone, bro.
Into the world
What's the next?
is for it must be needs, be that offenses come.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to me, Sean.
If I could, sir, is that because the Lord has to prove you. You see what I'm saying? So they bring them, those offenses come to see if you'll stand firm for the Lord and have faith in the Most High and don't fall to the offenses.
The offenses is going to come because the Lord made Esau to do it.
To be offensive.
He made him to be offensive because the
Right.
white man is the devil,
Right.
literally. So he made Esau to offend you
Right.
on purpose.
That's right.
That's his job.
Right.
Woe be to the world because it's offensive.
That's right.
But it's going to be offensive.
It must be.
It must be offensive because he's the devil.
That's right.
Go ahead.
But woe to that man by whom the offense cometh.
Now break that down. No.
Woe to that man, and the man he's talking about, the oppressor.
What's that? Hello? Hello? Yeah. Give me a second. Yeah, give me a second. All right. You got it? Okay.
Nah,
But destruction comes to that man that the offense comes to. And why would it make it to you?
so like, so give me that one more time?
Destruction comes to the man that offense comes to. Now why would it make it to you?
So like, if I could explain to the best of my ability, it's saying, you gonna go through what you gotta go through. The Lord's gonna put you through the fire, what, how would I say it? Well, this didn't happen, or how would I say it?
You want it. You want it.
The Lord gonna put you through the test to test your faith, and He gonna, like we were talking about the trials, that it's gonna happen, and you better believe that it's gonna happen too.
Okay. But if you get destroyed because you let the offenses get to you and you fell victim to the temptation.
So like, you repeat that, sir?
If you get destroyed because the offenses came to you, then you fell victim to the temptation.
That's right.
You destroyed yourself
That's right.
because you became a part of the offender,
That's right.
the world.
That's right.
Esau, who is Satan. When you become a part of their world, you become destroyed
That's right.
because you fell victim to the temptation, right? You didn't protect yourself. You didn't do what David did
Right.
and ask the Lord, like, you know what, my purpose is to not fall victim to them.
That's right.
But instead, when we fall victim to the temptation, we get the belt.
And destruction.
That's the destruction. You know what I'm saying? Esau gonna put the belt to you, like he your dad, like he your mom.
So like, so we basically destruction unto he who transgresses, he who folds in oppression, destruction unto
That's
him.
the spirit
what it
behind it.
is. Okay, fine.
Because the world belongs to Esau. And when you become a part of the world, you get destroyed with the world. That's the spirit behind it. All right? What was your question in James?
So like, I'm not even straight with James. So like, well, actually too, I had a question. I get the breakdown, but I wanna know like what exactly was it that caused. So it's in Numbers 30, verse 3, and it's basically, well, at least what the caption is saying, the exception of young one's vow, and it's basically, Numbers 30, verse 3 says, if a woman also vow unto the Lord and bind herself by a bond, being her father. So basically it's saying that, basically if a woman break a vow and a, how would I say it? Do you know what I'm talking about? You want me to read it? Okay. This is Numbers 30, verse 3. If a woman also vow unto the Lord and bind herself by a bond, being in her father's house in her youth, and her father hear her vow and her bond wherewith she had bound her soul, and her father shall hold his peace at her, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond wherewith she had bound her soul shall stand. Verse 5. But if her father disallow her in that day that he heareth not any of her vows or of her bonds,
Yeah, by heareth not meaning what?
as if he was not aware, he was.
No, he don't accept it.
Oh, he don't accept it. Not that he,
Like it's like when a brother doesn't hear you. When you go to him and him alone and he don't hear you, I mean he don't accept what you telling him. So if our father doesn't accept her vows, what?
not any of her vows or her bonds wherewith she had bound her soul shall stand, the Lord shall forgive her because her father disallowed her.
So she wanted to make a bond, but her father don't want the bond. Her father didn't hear her. He disallowed it. Keep going.
Verse 6. And if she had at all an husband when she vowed or uttered aught out of her lips, wherewith she bound her soul.
Now, if she had already slept with this man, go ahead.
Verse 7. And her husband heard it and held his peace at her in that day that he heard it, then her vows shall stand, and her bonds wherewith she bound her soul shall stand.
Go ahead.
Verse 8. But if her husband disallowed her on that day that he heard it, then he shall make her vow what she vowed, and that which she uttered with her lips, wherewith she bound her soul of none effect, the Lord shall forgive her.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. But every vow.
So this is a vow of a woman. So if whoever she belongs to, if a woman make a vow and her father wasn't there to hear the vow or to approve the vow, then it don't stand if you don't want it to stand. And also her husband. If she makes a vow or a promise or agreement and her husband wasn't there to prove it or allow it, then it don't stand. The Lord's going to forgive her. Keep going.
So like verse 9. But every vow of a widow and of her that is divorced, wherewith they have bound their souls, shall stand against her.
Because she don't have a man. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And if she vowed in her husband's house, or bound her soul by a bond with an oath, and her husband heard it, and held his peace at her, and disallowed her not, then all her vows shall stand.
So he let it happen. Go ahead.
And every bond wherewith she bound her soul shall stand.
Go ahead.
Verse 12. But if her husband had utterly made them void on the day he heard them.
So she like, yeah, I'll give you $100. He like, hell no, you ain't. Go ahead.
Then whatsoever proceeded out of her lips concerning her vows, or concerning the bond of her soul, shall not stand.
Go ahead.
Her husband had made them void, and the Lord shall forgive her.
Go ahead.
Verse 13. Every vow and every binding oath to afflict a soul, her husband may establish it, or her husband may make it void.
So whatever she agrees to, or whatever she's not allowed to do, it depends on her husband or her father, unless she's a widow.
So like if I could, so the wisest thing for a sister to do that has a husband, if somebody propositions her for something, she needs to say, let me talk to my husband first, Salaki.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
So in verse 14, but if her husband altogether hold his peace at her from day to day,
Mm-hmm.
then he established all her vows
If he ain't say nothing, then they stand, boy.
and all her bonds which are upon her,
Mm-hmm.
he confirmed them,
Because he didn't say nothing, boy.
because he held his peace at her in the day that he heard them.
He heard him, but he didn't say nothing, boy.
But if he shall anyways make them void after that he hath heard them, then he shall bear her
So
iniquity.
he heard him, and then later on he was like, "You did what?" Damn, I remember. No, you can't. Now, whatever her debt is, it's on him. He got to pay that debt. Or if she sinned, then the sin is on him. And back in these days, this the old covenant.
Wasn't no joke.
Yeah, so it ain't no forgiveness of the sins, nigga. You sinned, you dead. If I told you to do something and you didn't do it, you die. If I told you not to do something and you did it, you died. So now in his case, if she said she would do something and she didn't do it, or if she was caught doing something she shouldn't have done, then he takes her death. What?
Verse 15, but if he shall anyways make them void after that he had heard them, then he shall bear her iniquity.
What?
Verse 16, these are the statutes,
These are the
which-
statutes. What's the statute?
the laws.
Break it down. What's the statute? What's the difference between a statute and a commandment?
Statutes, Amen. It's the same thing.
No. Sure.
If I could,
The difference between the statute and the law is the statutes are the judgments that pertain to a law. You understand what I'm saying? So it gives you understanding on how the action should proceed if the law was broken or if the law should be upheld or sustained. So,
Yakabar? Take a shot at it. He was close though, Shar. He was
no
close.
sweat, sir.
He was close. I'll give it to you for time's sake. A commandment is between you and the Most High. Don't cut your hair. Don't smoke. Don't be unclean. Pay your tithes. Those are commandments. Those are between you and the Lord. The Lord watching you. Those are commandments.
Right,
A law is between you and another brother.
right.
Oh, I get it now.
Don't sleep with another brother's wife.
Okay.
Don't punch him in his face. Go to him and him alone. Deal with a brother this way. Love him as you love yourself.
So like I said, if I made judgments means the way you conduct yourself among the nation.
That's a statute. A
Okay.
statute is how you deal with a city or a
Okay.
town or a place or a group of people. It's more of a broader law. It has, or a broader statute, it deals with more people. So in this case, it's a woman and a man with another man and how you deal with a broader case. Those are statutes. It deals with a city or a town or a place or a group of people. A law is between you and another brother, and the commandment is between you and the Most High. The laws, the statutes, and the commandments. All right?
So like I said, real quick, let's see. So, but they're just giving was the statutes. It's not that something was happening throughout this time
Nah,
for them
this
to
is
say that.
what you should do in a situation. And the numbers, which means in the wilderness, Leviticus is the book of the law, and Deuteronomy is the second book of the law. In these books, we find out how to govern ourselves, especially in the first, literally, not Genesis, but Exodus, Deuteronomy, Leviticus, and Numbers. We're taught how to be a nation. So if one brother does A, B, and C, these are our laws. This is what we do in any given moment. And this is how we deal with each other. So it's not an exact issue, but it's how you deal with the issue. So for instance, if my wife, you ask my wife for $100 and she gives it to you, and I can't like, yo, bro, my wife gave you $100? And he was like, yeah. I was like, no, give it back to her, right? Or if your wife gave me $100, and you're like, hey, Sly, my wife gave you $100? I'm like, yeah. You're like, no, if I could, sir, can you get it back to her? Because I wasn't there. I had nothing to do with that. No sweat. You got the $100 back. But if you don't get $100 back, counsel. You know what I'm saying? Because you came to brother him alone, and he offended you. So now it's like, okay, hey yo, you came to my rib, yo, you mind if I get $100? And she's like, yeah, I got you. And I watched her go down. I gave the money, walk away. I'm like, why'd you give him $100? Oh, because you know, A, B, and C. Now, if I didn't hear her or if I seen her, you'd be like, yeah, is it cool if she give me $100? I'm like, yeah. And then she give you the $100 and you walk away. I'm like, hey, Salaki, if I could, brother, you gotta get $100. No, it don't work like that. You said yes. Go ahead.
So if I could, the fulfillment of the law is, so if I could,
so the fulfillment of the law would be, don't go to that brother's rib, just go to the brother.
Or even if the brother is incompetent, well, he know he heard you, or he didn't heard you, or you know what I'm saying? Like even with him and how he should deal with the situation. If you heard it go down, then you got to deal with that. If you didn't want your rib to give him $100, then you give him $100. You know what I'm saying? Even as a brother, you got to know how to deal with it in a situation with your woman.
right,
So, I mean, that's how the brother, the woman, and the brother come into the couple, as we might call it. This is how they all can deal with each other. All right? That's what you got there.
there you go.
Any other questions?
Oh, no, sir, that was basically my question. I kind of understood that you broke it down, but I was just wondering if they were just giving the statutes or the ordinance of it, or there was something going on throughout the times in the old covenant that they had to do this, like, nah, this was going on, and now we gotta establish it, but no, it was just.
Most definitely.
I'm gonna help you out. When you got a question, 10 times out of 10, you gotta read the chapter. Right? And if it's something that you're not familiar with, you probably just gotta get the precept on what's going on in this story. So you find yourself in the middle of Kings somewhere. You in 2 Kings 19, you try to find out what the hell going on. You don't know who Joab is, or you don't know whoever it is, right? You like, damn, what's going on here? You should probably just go back a couple chapters, right? Just all you gotta do is read the chapter. Most of the time you got a question, just read, and you'll find the answer. All right. With that being said, we're gonna pass the class off to Precinct Officer Sapar. So like a Precinct Prophet Officer Sapar. Hey, come on, you good? Get the camera for him?
We are the I.S.U.P.K, so out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. New rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves in the world. If they need transportation, their teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, according to the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, my yasharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Yeah,
Man, we had questions in the chat. I didn't even know.
we had the memorial of the blowing of trumpets. First day of the 7th month, Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024, according to the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 24 through 25. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf, and this concludes the security announcement.
In Israel, I want to give one courtesy salute. In Israel, Ma'am Shabbat, Amaju, Barak, Yahweh, Shem Yahweh Shabbat, Yahweh Matai, Sar, it's your turn. Men of Israel, we're gonna get sisters one crazy salute. Men of Israel, Amadi Shabbat, Amadi, Barak,
YAHANNA.
Legend Matah, class dismissed.